Welcome back. My name is Dave, and this is Corel Siding, my N-scale layout. Today we're going to concentrate on... Hold on, sorry. I had a timer going for something that's drawing. Well, anyway, sorry about that. Completely forgot. That's why I had a timer. So we're going to concentrate on the parking lot today. We're not going to glue the buildings down because I'm going to glue the buildings down once we're ready to go on the layout, because I've got to drill holes and I've got to find the holes and drill them and mark them, and it will be easier if I put the plate down. Let me just go to 6 so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is the parking lot area. This is the Tim Hortons. This is the gas station. Okay, there's some concrete dividers here that are yet to be glued down. Here and here. There is obviously all of the buildings have to be glued down, and over here where you can see this red thing, this is where they fill the tank in the gas station, where they fill the underground tanks. So I'm not going to work on getting the buildings in place today. I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do in terms of managing the parking lot itself. So I'm just going to take these buildings off, and very carefully put them over here on my other work table so they're nowhere near anywhere they can get damaged. What was it? Oh, I was going to show you that we now have, I'll zoom in so you can see them. There's not much to see because this is N scale. There are days I wonder why I chose N scale. So I'm going to zoom in, and what you're looking at, focus, it did focus. Wow. Ice refrigerators for bags of ice that you get at the gas station, and little cages that hold propane that you also get at the gas station. So these I designed and printed out on my sorry, I'm just concentrating on not yanking the wires, and printed them out on my 3D printer. So those things are out of the way now. So here we have the flat area. Now, it's gray and it's straight. It has some variation in the color. Some of these colors that you see that I put in here and here, that's actually from an aerial photo of this particular parking lot. But it's not a Petrocan parking lot, but an Esso parking lot. Oh, excuse me, where did that come from? On the highway. So we'll just we'll get stuff out of the way that we don't need. So we need to do some weathering on this. We also need to do, and I'm just going to see 1, 2. We're going to some parking lines, and I've got a little template made up. I went to the internet again, obviously, and standard parking dimensions, and this is North America, and this is the UK, and they are slightly different. I'm not sure why. I know that cars can be a little bit smaller in the UK than they are here, and they don't have huge pickups, so probably that explains why the Americans ones are bigger. Anyway, so what I did was, I got a piece of cardstock. I have a paint marker. And what I'm going to do to put the lines on is I'm going to put this down. And I'm going to take the paint marker and draw a line. And draw a line. Then I'm going to move it over. And draw another line. And move it over. And draw them down. So we get lines. And we're also going to weather those down because those are way too bright for a standard parking lot in North America, that's for sure. Unless you happen to arrive on the day when they're painting the actual lines. So what are we going to do? Well, one of the things we're going to do here is I'm going to get rid of these things because I don't want them dirty either. We're going to spray some, now what is it? What is this called? What's this called? Blue gray? Or am I going to spray the other one? Dark sea gray. I think we're going to go with the blue gray. So I'm going to put blue gray in the airbrush. This is still setting up. And it will need to be sanded. But if it gets a little paint on it, it won't matter because I'll be spray painting it later with something else. So I'm just putting Vallejo Model Air 71.115 blue gray, which we're going to just mist on. I'm going to get a little bit of Vallejo's airbrush flow improver. Now they say that their Vallejo airs don't need it, but in my experience they need it. I'm just going to grab a piece of paper so we can test the paint. A little Q-tip to stir and mix it inside the airbrush. And yeah, so what we're going to do is Mr. Compressor's coming on. And pull away. Now there is, I guess, no right way or wrong way to do this, but it is important that the airbrush is, keeping the airbrush fairly far away. Alright, so that's the blue gray. And now we're going to try this dark sea. Again, I'm going to test it out on a piece of paper first, so let me make sure that, okay, so it's substantially darker. Now what I'm going to do too is I'm going to grab just a normal paintbrush, and I had a bottle that sprayed water, but it looks like it's vanished. Where's my... Wait a minute, I know where it is. It's over here. Pretty sure this is water. Water it is. I'm just going to take a spritzer bottle now and spray this so that the colors blend in. Alright. And I'm going to grab a hairdryer and give this... I should back out a bit. There we go. Now you see how blotchy that looks. So turn the hairdryer on high. And we'll just go in and dab this down. I'm going to stop the video and let this completely dry, and then we'll come back with some features that will go on the parking lot itself. So it'll take a little while for this to dry, so I'm just going to call it quits for now, and a few seconds from now you'll be watching me work on it again. But at the moment I'm just going to give you a break because it's, nobody needs to watch paint dry. All right, see you in a few. And so we're back, and here you can see the parking lot with all of the colors softly blended into each other. And the buildings are back in place, just so you can get a sense of this. And what I've done here, and I'm going to switch over to... And I'm going to zoom in a bit. Okay, I'm going to zoom in and then I'm going to move it. So what you can see here is there's some guardrails now glued in place, and the parking lot lines are in front of the Tim Hortons. And this is another set of parking. This particular concrete piece is going to sit here, and that's just going to separate traffic from the garage, from the gas station. And the guardrails I got off of one of the websites on for 3D models, and they're fairly well detailed, and it doesn't take much to put them down. The idea though is that I'm gonna, you know what I'm doing? I'm just gonna lift this out of here before I break it. So you can take this and just grab a toothpick here, Dave. Put some super glue on the support, put it down. And let that particular part set here at this end. Then once it's set, you can move the other end, and this end will stay in place. So you see, we're coming along. I think, obviously, I'm going to back out a bit here now, here just so you can see more. We still have to sand this a bit more, a little bit more putty, and then paint this area in a concrete color so that it's ready for use. I'm going to put a curb along here, like that, and I'm going to put little pipes sticking out of the ground here because they need vents for the underground tanks. And that'll be pretty well it. So next week we will be taking this and putting it on the layout itself. I'll be doing some dry runs before you see anything happen, and then once I'm sure I can do it properly, I will then do it on air for you guys to see. So I want to thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. It is a journey, this kind of modeling. And one of the things I've started to tell myself is that little things like ice boxes and air conditioners are only have to give you a sense of what they are. They don't have to be super detailed. This is N scale. You'd need a magnifying glass to see some of this stuff. Once it's on the layout, you'll definitely need some kind of vision improvement to make out some of the details, because the only thing that they're there for is to sort of fill the space and give a sense of life to what's going on. So, thank you for watching. As always, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and I'll see you next week with a new video. Bye for now.